Aloha everyone, this is Mitchell Ornelas, osteopathic family physician here in Seattle, Washington, for another video for our Indigenous Minded YouTube channel. Let's get right into it. Thank you for all the support. So I think I left off past Sunday, a week ago, after we finished residency retreat. Since then, it was a great retreat. It was really great to connect with everyone and see everyone. I definitely needed that time. And then I had a couple more call shifts, so I'm finishing up obstetrics still on this block. Had 2 day shifts, so I had one on Monday, and then I had a postpartum on Tuesday, and then I had another final day shift on Wednesday. And it was like our mostly family medicine covering shifts. I think they're pretty good. They actually weren't super busy, I don't think. I think it was a lot of labor management. I don't think might have had one delivery, if not at all. Postpartum day was pretty quick too. There wasn't a lot on the service. And I think basically what I heard and what I knew about OB can be like feast and famine, which is very true. Some days are super busy and some days are not. Because after that, starting Thursday night, I went on to nights. I'm still on nights, so I had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I have 3 more nights, tonight, Monday, and Tuesday. Then I'll finish up the block. The first couple nights, well, the first night, yeah, it wasn't a lot. They didn't really have like a lot of patients that were active. So when we say active, I mean someone that's like in labor or even induction. I usually will like put them on that category. They're going in the process. And then in my mind, when I see that, I'm like, okay, they probably will deliver soon, within possibly the shift or the next day, or depending on how the pregnancy goes. But they're basically not postpartum. They basically did not deliver yet. And it just kind of changes your frame of mind. At least that's how I'm seeing things with our service. And you kind of have like a list of like your active patients. So I think that first night, not so much. Might have had some triage patients that came through that we have to, like some of the basic things that we see like as interns is like rule out labor and seeing if there's like cervical change with like people that are feeling contractions or painful, like abdominal pain or like contractions that they're thinking they're having. Or sometimes people will be in labor and like they'll break their bag of water, so things that we check. And usually at term, usually preterm things, they still don't have it. Just kind of depends on our comfortability and like the attending and like our knowledge base, I think too. It's kind of like a interesting kind of flow, or if there's like vaginal bleeding, things like that. So sometimes it's attending specific on how they like to do things, whether they want you to do a speculum exam. And like for me, I just try to do a quick like get in the note, because we usually do like a H&P, like we're admitting someone or possibly not, just get their information. There's a few things that I'm learning that, you know, you got to make sure that you check. Like if you're able to have like a recent ultrasound and know like there's no like placenta previa blocking the cervix, you obviously wouldn't want to do like a cervical exam with someone like that, cause bleeding. And then if you're admitting someone or they're going into labor, making sure that the head's down. So getting a quick ultrasound of the uterus and seeing that the head is down, that's important to know. And putting in quick orders and like consents and stuff like that, I'm kind of picking up. It's kind of like a degree of like urgent, not urgent, emergent in OB that I'm really starting to understand. But yeah, last night, well, basically going into, a lot of triage, working with attending. Some are very quick, some want certain things, and just kind of learning how to be fast. I feel like it's a lot different than medicine service. It's like very pertinent, obviously, and like they just want to know, boom, and like what are you thinking? A lot of times that's how I come across anyways. But it's been a lot of great learning. Last night it was really busy. I had like 6 active patients and 3 deliveries, and I feel like a lot of my OB shifts, everything happens like right towards the end. Everything's building up, especially if you have like patients that never delivered before. We call them like primips, like first pregnancy or first like time in labor. Can take a long time, and you know, we have like a time frame and there's guidelines of like different options and how much you can be pushing, and like considering vacuum, forceps, C-section, all those kinds of things. And had 3 deliveries last night, and a lot of them happened right at the end, so I wasn't able to sign out until later, and like it was just like trying to get the flow. And then the other thing that happened too is our EMR was going through some downtime, so there was like no charting. And in OB you try to chart like every few hours, or you know, depending on the situation, the patient. So it was really interesting time last night. But it was great. Got to work through like a 4th degree laceration and help out with that with an OBGYN. That was a great learning experience. Some good pushing with a few prime ips. And then one delivery I was able just to come in right when it was happening. So pretty busy night. And it's kind of getting me smarter about like just kind of triaging in my brain what I should be doing, what's important, what I need to do now. Luckily I have still support with other residents and upper residents that they're on their own service, but I can talk to if I really have questions or need help. Very thankful for that. But a lot of learning, especially on nights when you're kind of, nights is usually different than like day shift because you're kind of on your own in a way. But expecting, I was kind of looking at the list and it's potentially busy tonight too. So, but yeah, it's kind of finishing out OB, and next week I start on community medicine, which is an outpatient rotation. We do a lot of things in the community, a lot of community service type things. So I'm excited for that. But just taking one day at a time and getting as much rest as I can and getting the workouts in as best I can. And I think that's kind of the big things. And then interesting thing too is like we're in the midst of interview season too. It wasn't too long ago I was interviewing, so when I get on outpatient, I think I'll be able to be more available for different functions. I'm hoping to too. So, and continuing to visit family again because it's been pretty busy. But you know, just finding that balance and learning everyone's style. I'm trying to learn my style and trying to stay on top of things. You know, I think we try to improve and try to just focus on ourselves and how we can improve, and try not to compare yourself to other people. Everyone's on different levels and different everyone brings something to the table. So anyways, that's pretty much catch up for a week from now. So thank you everyone for supporting. Mahalo. Keep it indigenous minded, keep it mission minded. All right.